This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video. Here today, guys, cranking them out July 1st. It's a big day for our Edmonton Oilers, and we just came out of that press conference with Ken Holland in Edmonton. And let me tell you, the number one thing, as you see it in the title, ladies and gentlemen, Ken Holland just put the Edmonton Oilers media in that room and around the globe on notice. 100%. Absolutely beautiful effort by Ken Holland out there to just absolutely, completely stop the stupid narratives. That was by far one of the top press conferences in terms of actual productivity I have seen a general manager of the Edmonton Oilers give in my lifetime. Absolutely unreal. Absolutely. There were times, I mean, okay, this is not me crapping on the Oilers media. I know there's a job to be done. I know how it works. I've been in media. I've done it. I've asked the same stupid question twice in a row to the same guy. I've done it. Don't kid yourself. I've done it. You can go on Facebook, search me up. You'll find videos where I've asked a head coach of a junior B team the same question stupidly twice in a row, gotten the same response, and then a snarky response right next. It happens. 100%. I'm not dumb. I know how it works. The thing is, Ken Holland is not going to stand for that. The beauty of that press conference was unreal. The guy's trying to just change a word in the next question after the first question was asked to try and elicit a different response, to try and provoke some headline, and Ken Holland's not having anything of it. We are sticking to a plan, a process as Ken Holland calls it, and we are going somewhere sometime soon. The plan is, I know everyone loves ripping Ken Holland for the phrase 1920. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it. It's the 1920 season. Last year was 18-19. The year before was 17-18. The year before was 16-17. If you think it was 16-17 back when we made the playoffs in terms of the Middle Ages, well, I don't know why you should be surprised that it's been so long we've made the playoffs. I don't know. I'm trying to make something out of nothing there, but you get what I'm getting at. 1920, guys. Just seriously. Oh my God. It's mind-numbing. I know it's becoming a meme at this point, but it's mind-numbing. It's literal, basic, rocket NHL science. How the schedule is made. Last year was 18-19. Nobody batted an eye when Chiarelli called it 18-19. But all of a sudden when it's 19-20 and Ken Holland hasn't given you a reason to crap on him so far correctly, like Chiarelli did so many times, you gotta crap on him for a phrasing of how the NHL season is used. That's my one thing on the fans. But back to the media side of things. The best line was the fishbowl line, where Ken Holland was asked about, oh, you've never really been in the fishbowl that is Edmonton, and just comes back straight-faced like, are you kidding me? Detroit's a fishbowl as well. Every NHL market is a fishbowl, no matter what happens. It doesn't matter if you're in Arizona, Anaheim, Toronto, Carolina, Florida, Tampa, Winnipeg. It's all a fishbowl. Because guess what? No matter what, you've got the same 5 guys asking you questions week in, week out. It's the way it works. The scope of the fan base is the only thing that changes. The scope of the media guys in the room asking you the same questions, which constitutes the fishbowl, that's exactly just unbelievable. Just friggin' unbelievable the way it goes in Edmonton. I mean, I really haven't listened to enough press conferences live to see how the questions work and actually be able to hear them. Well, I've listened to a couple at work and haven't been able to hear the questions, but just mind-numbing the fact that the Oilers media is so headstrong on trying to get a gut reaction out of Ken Holland instead of trying to get something useful. That's what I mean. And again, it's mind-numbing, but I understand where they're coming from. It's what generates headlines. You want headlines. I mean, if Ken Holland says everything's under control, that ain't going to get you clicks. That doesn't get you clicks in the digital age. Ken Holland says Oilers are fine. You know where that gets you clicks? Angry Oilers fans in our comment section here. That's what happens. The media, they can't run with it. Ken Holland says the walls aren't on fire in Edmonton? I can only write 10 words on that. Right? It's absolutely ridiculous. But if Ken Holland said, oh my God, yes, Puljujärvi's threatening to go to Carolina now that Ho's going to Montreal, and I mean, Connor McDavid is angry that we didn't sign Pat. If he said that, oh my God, Oilers media and heyday. But Ken Holland isn't an idiot. And that's what everyone's trying so hard to get out of him. They're trying to get Peter Chiarelli out of Ken Holland. And ladies and gentlemen, we've had him around for two and a half months. You're not going to get that out of him. I'm sorry. Just not going to happen at this point. So I think it's time for all of us to move on, realize this is a whole new ship. We've got to board it differently than we came off the Chiarelli ship, and hope that we're going on a new voyage in a better direction. And that's what Ken Holland's promising. So the media, us the fans, and everybody else around the NHL are put on notice by Ken Holland today that it's a different ship, we're heading for a different direction, and we're going somewhere. The big notes out of there is playoffs is still the goal. It's not about competing for the cup. It's about competing for the playoffs. It's about getting into the dance. And that's all it needs to be. That's all I've said for the past 3, 4, 5 months. It's about getting there. It's not about doing anything. Because you don't have to do anything to be a successful team if you make the playoffs. Look at the Toronto Maple Leafs for the past 12 years, ladies and gentlemen. We don't need to clown around about that one. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. Playoffs equals hope. And all it is about making it. You don't have to go out there and win 12 games, get to the Stanley Cup final every year. That's unrealistic. I mean, no matter how good of a team you have, something, some way is always going to happen. Just like it did with the Ducks series and Ryan Kessler prying open that 5-hole. There's always something that's going to happen. It's about just getting there. And in 1920, that is the goal. Bang. Rant done. Over. Finished. Other news article to come out of Ken Holland's press conference, as we still await word if there might be a signing on Patrick Maroon, is Gaëtan Haas has been signed. I've already mentioned why I can't say most likely the proper enunciation, but the thing with him, as Ken Holland mentioned, right? He was getting asked, are these guys actually capable of doing the job? Is Kara or a guy like Haas going to be the guy that you have on the third line center option? Why not? Got to see what he brings in camp. We'll see what he brings in camp. We'll see what he does when he's on the ice. That's as simple as we can make it. As simple as you can go. That's the way it works. You don't evaluate a guy's lineup role on July 1st. I'm sorry, unless you sign Artemi Panarin on July 1st, you're not saying this guy's bang on right here. Because in the grand scheme of things, once you start getting those warm-ups going prior to camp opening, that's where you see the most dynamic lineup changes happen. Not during camp. You build on something you saw as the coach sitting in on the guys working out with each other 5 days before camp opens, 4 days before camp opens. When you see those two guys messing around in the corner, shoving pucks back and forth, that's where you start formulating your lines. That's where the work begins with a lineup. Right now, the Oilers have way more pieces than they have roster spots for. They've got about 18 or 19 forwards to fill 13 spots. The guy that I did not mention as that third line center option, Colby Cave and Sam Gagner, both guys that may have just either lost roster spots or lost their lineup spot entirely. And what I mean by that, Colby Cave most likely to be the 13th forward this year. Sam Gagner, Brandon Manning, and everybody else on their way out, right? You've got a couple guys, right? Brandon Manning, Sam Gagner, and of course, a guy in Kyle Brodziak. That frees up your cap space. Again, it was asked to Ken Holland, are you looking for that top 6 forward? Well, we're always looking. That's as simple as it is. We're always looking. You're dumb in the NHL as a general manager to not have your ears open to improve your team. It's clear math. I mean, I am nowhere near a smart hockey guy, but if you don't have your ears open to improving your team at every turn, who are you, Peter Chiarelli? Well, Lord knows Ken Holland ain't Peter Chiarelli. That's what we got out of this press conference today. So guys, the bold new direction, the new ship, we're sailing to a different sea. It's going to be an interesting time. And this, as I said in the comments of the Oilers press conference, I was in there talking with a couple of you. If you're in there, you can understand where I'm coming from with all this. It is as simple as this. You ready for it? I'm not. The Oilers are... I lost my train of thought. I had it all hyped up. Hold on here. Can I get back over? Oh, of course I don't have that over there. All right, anyway. It's very simple. I got my train of thought back. Holy crap, I ranted too much. Simple as can be. The Oilers are only on step 2. The Oilers are only on step 2 of 4 or 5. Step 2 of 4 or 5. It's day 1 of free agency. We got a long road ahead, a long while to sail that new sea. Guys, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. I need a cup of water, a good meal in me, and maybe we'll get a 6th video up today sometime later tonight if we end up signing Patrick Maroon. I am up on out of here.